Got to dump off the remainder of the grain cart this morning. Then Dad and I are going to be heading home. My shovel has been requested, although it may be solidified in here. It's kind of dangerous. There's a step in there somewhere. Battery shut off? Oh, there we go. Come on. Warm up, baby. Nice and frosty again this morning. I wonder if those can get frozen shut. Dad needed the shovel to clean off the emergency overflow, also known as the engine cover. I'm gonna help him get this 8-row ready for transport. We're gonna put it on the head cart again because, like I said in the previous video, we don't want to road these heads with the tracks on because it's going to be extra wear and tear on the tracks. I'm gonna have to start bringing gloves to work. It's getting to the temperature where it is very, very freezing to touch the metal. Something looks off there. Not quite the same as its peers. When it's this cold outside and you're underdressed, you don't even really need caffeine because Mother Nature just kind of wakes you up. Don't worry, I still brought caffeine though. Katie and Dad are unhooking the corn head. I'm dumping off the rest of the grain onto the semi. Time to travel. If I can find my transport switch. There it is. The classic and timely steering hydraulic leak. All the mud probably did not help these lines, but still, it's gonna shut us down for a little bit while the mechanic comes out to do some warranty repairs. The entire crew, with the exception of me, is going over to our bin site east of Etna to set to an auger. We've got one last bin to fill, and I'm somehow left behind to work with the mechanic on this hydraulic line. Dan from Alliance Tractor came here pretty quickly, took a look at this combine, and diagnosed the problem relatively quickly. We're fortunate we had him because he's a world-class combine service tech. Anyways, there's one of the main steering valve hoses, runs from here, right here on the east side of the combine by the separator, or the bottom of the grain tank, all the way down, around, under, and then on top of the axle there, over to the other steering cylinder on the west side of the combine. As you could imagine, usually the hydraulic lines that blow are the easy ones to replace. Not really, actually, they're usually the difficult ones, but he's gonna take that, cut out 2 segments, and splice in a new connector. The weird part about this is the same exact line we had replaced a month ago, 3 weeks ago, and the new one blew too. When we replaced the last one, we had to wait for it to come in because the ends were some kind of special connector, and they were back ordered then. We had to wait like a week, and you think it's gotten any better with Deere still being on strike and all the supply problems we've had? Supposedly you're not supposed to splice the line, but what else are we gonna do? Not pick corn today? Looks like I'm back in the grain shuttling business. We're back south of Lakeland College, or south of Mattoon. Picking right now with the S670. It's firm enough that the 4-wheel drive combine can get through the field. The 780 should be joining us here once that line gets fixed. Service Tech was looking at it again with the new line, so won't be too long. I'm shuttling from the field to the bin site because it's still a complete mess. Katie just radioed that her combine is stuck right now, which is a first. I've never seen a four-wheel drive combine stuck in the mud. I stayed here and manned the fort with the grain cart solely for the fact that if they couldn't get it out, they would have had to dump the hopper. Would love to watch though. They're driving down the field right now. It's still fighting the mud on its way out. What a year this has been. So much more mud than we're used to. Looks like she got ejected. Just up to the 780 in tracks now. Did you get fired?
I guess so.
Maybe I need to get stuck again and I can go home. Yeah, those are some pretty nice ruts. Oh, you had to back up a long way.
Well, then I started to go through, and then
You backed onto dry land and tried to go again. You almost got stuck. That concludes my safari ride for the day. Not quite a desert out here. The exact opposite of the Sahara. It's time for a much needed house cleaning. I can almost guarantee that you can't see this, but there are 3 bald eagles right there. 2 flying around, I think playing with each other, and a 3rd one out in the field. Maybe they'll fly our way. What's more American than bald eagles and getting stuck in the mud with a combine? America. Another peaceful evening here in central Illinois of harvesting corn in the mud. Looks like the Uphofs are running over there to the southwest. The bees are a-buzzing. We are still only running 1 combine, the S780 on tracks. Dad is back at the bin site, keeping an eye on it because it's getting close to full. Not very big, only 10 or 11,000 bushel to top it off. And Katie is running the S780. I'm not exactly sure if this cart load will be enough to fill this bin up or not. What I do know is that this bin site is a complete mess. It's just absolutely wrecked. There's very little grass left where I've traveled. It's like a slosh, a muddy slushy of mud. It appeared that my dad did his civic duty to get some of the rock and mud off the road that I threw leaving the bin site, going back to one of the farms we've been picking at. And I'm not entirely sure if he did that because he's a nice guy, which he is, or if it's because he wanted his rock back that he paid for. Probably some combination of the two, because I'm sure he came back out here and dumped it. Bin's full. I thought we were gonna need another little bit of corn off the grain cart from that field, and much to my surprise, there was enough on the truck to load it. So I loaded the semi, we sent him on home. We're gonna take the auger home, shutting the grain cart off here for the night, getting ready to load some different bins tomorrow. Oh, good work today, old girl. Don't have much time to chit chat here. Dad's taking the auger home and there's no light on the end, so I'm gonna follow him with the pickup truck. Flashers on so no one runs into the back of it. This size of auger is the perfect middle ground between efficiency and snapping power poles off when you turn at intersections. That's why we like them. Home sweet home. Some kind of twisted irony if the chase truck ran into the auger. So I should probably pay attention. Any day that you end up safe and sound back at home base is a good day. We're here. We got a couple mishaps today. Combine got stuck, you know, whatever. We'll just forget about that. We only got 100 or so acres more of corn left to go. I'm pumped about that. We may have some custom work to do. We are still gonna store some corn, but we're out of grain bins. So we're gonna pile it on the ground. You'll have to tune into the next video to find out. Drop your guesses in the comments if you have any. What are we gonna do with it? Anyways, I appreciate you all tuning in. Like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you want to see more, and comment down below if you have any questions. You know I love to talk about farming. Have a great day, everyone. Peace!